G'day football fans and welcome to, again, something new, something I'm just trying out. It is a wheel rebuilding challenge on Football Manager. I haven't done one before. I've watched absolute tons of them, mostly on NBA. If anyone follows KOT4Q, he's an absolute legend. He's my, one of the inspirations for why I've started doing this the way that I'm doing it, I guess. So absolute big shout out to Kenny, to KOT4Q. He's a hero. He's the inspiration behind this. What we're going to be doing is, you can see on your screen, it's spinning right in front of you nicely. A wheel including every Premier League team for the 22-23 season. We're going to be spinning that 10 times. Each spin is going to land on a team. We're going to pick 2 players from that team. Then that team's going to be removed from the list. So I can't get, Liverpool 10 spins in a row and just pick 20 Liverpool players. So hopefully it's a bit of fun. Hopefully we build a good team. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see the combinations of players we get. I mean, getting a squad of only 20 players, we're going to possibly struggle with a bit of squad depth, but we're going to have to get some versatile players, some quality players, and hopefully get a good manager and a good club, which is the first spin. So the first spin, we're not going to remove anyone from the wheel after this first spin. The first spin is just going to be finding out who our manager is and which club we are going to be looking at. So the team we are choosing, it's Bournemouth. It is Bournemouth of all teams. It is Bournemouth and Scott Parker. Oh, I don't think that's the ideal choice. There's so many other teams we could have got, and we've got team with... I mean, they're not in the Premier League in Football Manager yet, so, I mean, I'm going to have to swap someone out for them and put Bournemouth in the league. But, I mean, that's neither here nor there. So, Bournemouth and Scott Parker is who we are rocking today. That is not ideal. It can only get better from there, and maybe Scott Parker with some better players, we'll end up winning things. We'll see. It definitely could have got better, but hopefully it's only upward from here. First spin, our first team that we're choosing 2 players from, Tottenham Hotspur. All right, that's a good start. That is a great start. All right, so we are on PremierLeague.com to see the squad that they have, and I mean, when you look at it, I mean, it's pretty easy. Like, surely we've got to go... Son is one of them, but then do we go Kane, or are we then leaving ourselves too bare with the rest of the squad? I guess too bare with the rest of the spins, because we're going to get 9 other teams that might have good strikers, and we've already got Heung-min Son. I'm not going to pick Harry Kane. I'm tossing between... It's weird, I know I could pick great players like Harry Kane or Lloris as the keeper, which I do need to pick a keeper, of course. But I'm tossing between Højbjerg and Romero at the back, because I think Romero would be a good centre-back to build from, but I also think Højbjerg could be a good midfield general, or, and he might end up being just the base to a midfield of whoever we might get ahead of them. I'm going to go with Romero, because I feel like that's an interesting start. I feel like that's a good start. That is our first spin done. We've got Scott Parker as our manager, Son and Romero from Spurs. The second spin, who are we getting? We're staying in London. We're going to Chelsea. That is a good spin. That is a great spin. We are on a roll here. So Chelsea Football Club, some very, very good talents. This is tough. It's not that tough. I've already got them. Actually, I'm picking Reece James, because I feel like he's versatile a little bit. But then I'm tossing up between Angola Kante and Mason Mount, because I feel like Mason Mount, again, versatility. He can play centre mid, attacking mid, left wing. He could probably do a job off the right. But then it's Angola Kante, and I feel like once you've got Angola Kante, you're sort of set in the base of midfield. So I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with Angola Kante. He's very much not the versatility I was talking about, but I feel like when you can get a player of his standard in that position, someone who's really, above and beyond a lot of others in doing exactly what he does, which is breaking up those attacks and things like that. I mean, could have gone with Mount, could have gone with Havertz, Raheem Sterling even, or Cucurella, but I think Reece James and Conte is a good start. So we've got a right back, a centre back, a defensive mid, and a left wing / striker in Son, Romero, Reece James, and Conte. All right, spin number 3. Make sure you guys do leave us a like down below, subscribe. Let us know what you do with the spins that we've got. Third spin is West Ham, and it's getting interesting here. Now, West Ham is one where I wish I wish I had taken Mason Mount because then I can get Declan Rice now. I'm also then starting to think I need a goalkeeper. But I mean, I'm only 3 spins in, so maybe I'm okay. I feel like Declan Rice is the easy answer, and maybe Jared Bowen. But then someone like Skamaka might be good, or Maxwell Cornet. Maxwell Cornet is versatile down the left, actually. So we are going to take Maxwell Cornet, actually, and then Declan Rice to pair with Conte in midfield. So our squad so far is Heung-min Son, Christian Romero, Reece James, Angola Kante, Maxwell Cornet, and Declan Rice. So far that's a championship team. Like that's a Premier League winning starter of a squad. We need to round it out. I think we need a couple more attacking players. Obviously need a goalkeeper. Depends who we get though. I mean, depends what squad we get next. As I said though, let me know who you guys would have picked. I mean, it's a very interesting concept. You could build some really good squads as we land on... Ooh, yes, it's Manchester City. Okay, thank God. We've got some great players now. All right, Manchester City. We can't not get... Oh no, okay, this is getting ridiculous now. We're getting Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne for our team. I mean, you can't choose anything else. I know it's getting to the point where I do really need to think about getting a goalkeeper, and I mean, Edison wouldn't be a bad choice, but I just feel like goalkeeper is going to end up being the position that perhaps matters the least. We've still got 6 spins left, so we can definitely round out the team. We'll need another centre-back or 2. Probably need a natural left-back somewhere, but currently our midfield options include Heung-min Son on a wing, N'Golo Kante, Declan Rice, Maxwell Cornet, and Kevin De Bruyne. We're absolutely killing the game. And if we're playing Son further up, he's up there with Erling Haaland and Reece James out wide supplying them. So we're killing the game. I think, again, we are absolutely top of the pops. We are absolutely killing this. All right, halfway mark, spin number 5. Who are we going to get? Who is going to give us a goalkeeper maybe? It's Wolves. Oh, Wolves is an interesting one. That's a spanner. Wolves is interesting because, there's a number of options to sort of try and round out the squad. Oh, they've signed Gonçalo Guedes. Gonçalo? I don't know how to say it. Guedes. They're an interesting option. Adama Traore is technically at the club, which would be an interesting option on the right, maybe. But then we also need a centre-back and a left-back. Maybe Ait Nouri is the option. Oh, this is getting tough. Okay. Or do we take, Pedro Neto is a good option off the right? So, our front line would be Neto on the right, Son on the left, Haaland up front with Kevin De Bruyne as the attacking mid? Nah, okay, no. What we're going to do is... We're going to take Ruben Neves, because I feel like that's the obvious answer. And then I'm going to take a natural left-back in Ait Nouri. I think Ait Nouri's possibly a little underrated. I really kind of like what he's all about. I think he's been fantastic for Wolves in his, 2 seasons now he's been there? I mean, I think he was on loan and then he signed. Anyway, I think that's a smart decision rather than taking the winger at this stage so that we have a natural left-back and we have another solid solid midfield option, that guy who can basically feed it forward to Son, De Bruyne and Haaland. All right, spin number 6. Who do we get? It is Aston Villa. Aston Villa, interesting. All right, as we look at our squad, we've got Son, Romero, Reece James, N'Golo Kante, Maxwell Cornet, Declan Rice, Erling Haaland, De Bruyne, Ruben Neves, Ait Nouri. Who do we take? This is tough. I think Emi Martinez is a good choice for our goalkeeper. I feel like, if you're not taking a goalkeeper from one of the top sides, we've had Chelsea, Spurs and City that we could have taken their goalkeepers. I feel like if you're not going to a top side but you end up with Emi Martinez, I think you've done pretty well. The next one is tough though, because do we take a centre back? Maybe Diego Carlos? Maybe that's a good option, but then with players like Coutinho, Leon Bailey even might be a good option. Tough. It gets tough towards the end here where the squad's filling out and we need to fill certain holes. All right, we are going with Diego Carlos. I feel like that's a good option because especially in Football Manager, he'll be at, because it's Football Manager 22, he'll be at Sevilla. All right, 4 spins to go. it's getting down to it. We are looking fantastic. We're getting Leicester City. Leicester City are interesting because maybe a little complicating, to be honest. Because I mean, we probably don't necessarily need a Yuri Tielemans, which kind of sucks because I feel like Football Manager 22, he's probably the best option from Leicester. Then we need more forward options so that we can round out the team a bit more and get some depth or some versatility. I'm going to take Jamie Vardy to play as either second fiddle or as a partner to Erling Haaland. And then I'm going to take James Maddison because I feel like he can play a little bit like attacking midfield. He could probably play off the left in the mid, in like centre mid. So whatever our main man Scott Parker wants to do, Maddison can hopefully fill that hole. So it just a bit more versatility, a few more, I guess, bodies to fill roles. Do I need a backup keeper? That's a question. Do I need to think about getting a backup keeper, or should I just get whoever the heck's at Bournemouth as their backup keeper? No, I'll try and get a backup keeper. If that fails, we'll get Jamie Young from the A-League. Anyway, next spin. We've just got rid of Leicester. It's spin number... Where are we up to? 8? Spin number 8. Fulham. Oh dear, I was hoping to avoid Fulham. I didn't want to get Fulham because I feel like whoever we bring in, they're probably not doing too much with this team. I mean, they've just brought in Issa Diop, which is good, and they've got Bernd Leno, Kevin and Babu. João Paulinho's a good option, maybe. How many midfielders have we got? We've got, Conte, Declan Rice, Ruben, probably not a space for João Paulinho. And getting Mitrovic would be that's the clear, obvious option, but we've already got Jamie Vardy and Erling Haaland and Heung-min Son who can go up front. Maybe another versatile attacking option. I know Manor Solomon's probably not of the same sort of quality as the rest of the team that we have anyway, but maybe just the body up there would be a good idea. We've got 2 spins left after this to fill it out, and I don't know if we want to risk that. Alright, so I've figured out what I want to do, I think. Okay, I'm taking Kevin and Babu, and hear me out. It's because I know on Football Manager he can play sort of a few positions up the right. I think he can play in midfield as well. And it sort of frees up Reece James to maybe be able to play a bit of centre-back as well. So, again, just sort of rounding out the team, filling holes. And he's not bad. He's not a horrible player. He's played in the Bundesliga for a number of years now. So, he's clearly got some quality. I think on Football Manager he's pretty decent. He's definitely good physically, at the very least. For the second person, I'm going to take Bernd Leno, because I don't want to not have a backup keeper, and we've got 2 spins left where I feel like we can fill out whatever gaps we think we might have. Alright, spin number 9. I'm getting nervous now. This is getting tougher and tougher to actually pick people, and now we're getting Brentford. Oh, this isn't good. This is not good. Of all the teams we could have got that are still on the bloody board, we've got bloody Brentford. It's getting tough as, hey. Who do we take? Is it cheating to take Damsgaard? He doesn't even have a photo yet, but I might take him. But then who with him? Alright, we're just going to go with basically the most quality we can from Brentford's current squad. We're going to go with Christoph Ayer to add more depth at centre-back. That's what? Centre-back option number... Was that only a 3rd centre-back? Maybe that's a great pick then. 3rd centre-back. Christian Romero, Diego Carlos, Christopher Ayer. But then we've also got Declan Rice who can play centre-back. Reece James who can play centre-back. Ayer's a good pick. And then we're going to go with Mikkel Damsgaard. Because again, he's got a bit of quality, I feel like, on Football Manager, especially in, playing a few roles, hopefully, anyway. I feel like it's unreal that we haven't got Bournemouth again, but, there's 1 spin left. We'll see how we go. Alright, final spin. Who do we get? Please give us, Liverpool or Arsenal. Oh, Everton. Everton. As this team's gone on, I'm getting less and less confident for how good they're going to be. Calvert-Lewin feels like sort of the obvious answer. But we've already got 2 strikers and we've only got a squad of 20 players. We've got other players that can probably also play striker. So I don't know if we do go with him, and maybe we go with, I don't know, man. This is getting absolutely rough. Do we need another centre-back option? I think it's probably wise to go with a centre-back option. And I'm tossing up between Yerry Mina and Ben Godfrey. Ben Godfrey's probably a bit, again, more versatile. But Yerry Mina is probably a more established, solid option at this point in time anyway. Maybe I'm thinking too highly of him. Kind of Cody's another option though. And then other than them, I'm thinking like a versatile attacking option like Demarai Gray. This is tough. Because I feel like whoever we're picking, they're not going to play much behind like the players that we do have. Man, this is definitely rough. Alright, we're going to go with Ben Godfrey. And I know I've said it about 1,000 times, but versatility. Like, I feel like he's more versatile than Yerry Mina, while still remaining, to some degree, decent quality. He can probably play centre-back, right-back, maybe a bit of left-back if he needs to, because he's got good pace. He can recover when he buggers up, really. And for the final pick, do we just go Calvert-Lewin for the hell of it? Or do we try and find a... No, we're going to go with Demarai Gray to get another wide option to hopefully make it like a nice, rounded team where the goal... So, I mean, this is a absolute shambles. But Scott Parker's Bournemouth team is Heung-min Son, Christian Romero, Reece James, N'Golo Kante, Maxwell Cornet, Declan Rice, Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, Ruben Neves, Ryan Aït-Nouri, Emi Martinez, Diego Carlos, Jamie Vardy, James Maddison, Kevin Mbabu, Bernd Leno, Christopher Ayer, I can't remember, Mikael Damsgaard, Ben Godfrey, and Demarai Gray. Ooh, I mean, let me know what you guys think. Have I done a good job? Has this been an absolute waste of time? Are we going to be awful? I guess we'll find out. We will absolutely find out. It's going to take me a little bit of time, but for you guys, this will be instant. I'll take you through to how Scott Parker wants to shape up with his team. Alright, so we are here. I've had some lunch. I've burnt my mouth on a coffee. We have loaded, as you see on the left-hand side of your screen here. Bournemouth are in the Premier League. It is last year's Premier League, so still got Burnley there, still got Watford there. I kicked Norwich out because I felt like they belonged in the Championship anyway, so Bournemouth are coming for them. Other than that, it's just completely the Premier League 21-22 as you knew it, as it was, just with obviously a bunch of players moved around. Anyway, I'm seeing this for the first time. I thought it would be the best to sort of react naturally to it and react as I see, media predictions and how they line up and all that sort of stuff. So, before we get into it, make sure you leave a like. Let me know in the comments how you would have formulated your team. If there's any other challenges you might want me to do like this. Like, I'm more than happy to do the top 5 leagues, so we can go through the Bundesliga, Liga, Serie A and La Liga. I'm more than happy to do it. That sounds like fun to me. Happy to do any sort of challenge like this. Just let me know what you reckon. I'm keen on doing experiments. I've got a few ideas. I'm going to do what I'm calling the James Milner challenge, but I'm just not sure of players for it yet because James Milner's 50 years old. I want to do, like, there was that old thing from Sir Alex Ferguson where he was like, give me Zinedine Zidane and 10 planks of wood, not win the Champions League. I want to take that, but instead of Zidane and planks of wood, it's Zidane and 9 other Zidanes. So we'll have whoever the goalkeeper is for whatever team, and then 10 James Milners in front of him to try and see who wins the league. Let me know in the comments for that idea who you reckon, because so far all I can think of is wide backs. I'm like Reece James, Trent Alexander-Arnold, João Cancelo. That's about all I've got. I'm one of those 3 maybe, or all 3 of those. I don't know. We'll see who does better maybe. Let me know what you reckon. Anyway, that's enough of that. Like, subscribe, comment, all those things. Let's get into it. Let's go to the season preview. All right, that's not too bad. I mean, they're predicting that we finish 4th. They think we'll line up something like this, even though our key player is Kevin De Bruyne and he isn't in this lineup. Also, Declan Rice is at centre-back and Neves is playing behind Conte. That's how they think. Anyway, that's fine. We've done pretty well, I think. To have a media prediction of coming 5th, that's not too bad. I mean, having, pulled 2 players from 10 random teams, that's not too bad, I think. We may have condemned Brentford to the drop, but that's fine. That's not our problem. can we see how they want to play? It still has Lloyd Kelly as their captain for some reason, even though he's a free agent. Who wants him? I was going to say, if it says Bournemouth, I'm going to lose my mind. Because, like, they're still in... Scott Parker's still in control of transfers. So, I mean, if they want to... Jesus, it looks like they've gone mental, doesn't it? Oh, loans. I'm going to have to... Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to cancel all of these loans. All right, I've sorted those out. They're all gone. It does look like we've spent 300 million, but that's because every player goes back to the fee that the other team actually paid for them. So, like, when City signed De Bruyne from Wolfsburg, it was 54 million. Like, you know, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm sure that won't affect their finances too much because it's money that's already been spent. Can we look at, if we look at their tactics, how are they lining up? Oh, maybe this is why. That's why Kevin De Bruyne wasn't in their lineup. That makes sense. He's injured. That's good. That's a worry for Bournemouth. They also have no one in their reserve team because they just got rid of everyone. Currently, they're playing a 4-3-3 with Neves as the holding mid, Conte and Rice ahead of him, Gray on the right, Maddison on the left, Haaland up front. Doesn't look too bad. Maybe we should have thought about another left back. Maybe that is the glaring hole in the way that they're setting up. But I mean, you guys, again, let me know. Let me know in the comments what you would have done differently. If there's anyone else you would have chosen ahead of anyone. Maybe you wanted Rico Henry instead of Mikkel Damsgaard. I'm not sure. Let me know. Plenty of versatility here. I mean, you see, like, Son can play anywhere across the front line. De Bruyne is great at a bunch of midfield roles. Maxwell Cornet on either wing. Godfrey in midfield as well as across the back line. Same with players like Damsgaard, Damari Gray, James Maddison. Declan Rice can play a few roles. Same with Aya and Reece James. Do they have... Can we check their finances? Can we check their finances? Because I want to know, is he going to try and spend money? Don't think there is a way that we can check their finances, but I mean, it says probably somewhere that their finances are secure or something like that anyway. Oh, sorry, here we go. Finances are okay, just okay. That's good. How have they gone in pre-season? Senior squad. They played... Kiev doesn't tell us how they went. Oh no, it does up top. Damsgaard getting their only goal. They were pegged back by Serhii Ordinsky, who sounds fantastic. 2-2 draw then against Fenerbahce, Heung-min Son and Erling Haaland on the score sheet. They then beat some team I can't even read the name of. What is it? Maritimo? I think that's what it says. Anyway, they beat them. Goals from Damsgaard and Maddison. That took them through to the Friendly Cup final against Atalanta, which they won thanks to Erling Haaland and Todd Cantwell, who was on loan from Norwich. But I've got rid of him. He's off to PSG on his loan. Finally, last game of pre-season, only a couple of days ago, was a 2-2 draw against Girona. Goals from Haaland and Conte. Not a great pre-season, I'm going to be honest. I mean, it's pretty good to have beaten Atalanta, I suppose, but the rest of it, a bit of a worry. If we look at the squad, is anyone unhappy yet? No one's unhappy. No one's wanted or anything like that. If we look at info, he'd like to be the club captain. That's good. He's excited about the team's chance in the Premier League. Wowee. I mean, that's pretty good, isn't it? I'm pretty surprised about that. This have joined, blah, blah, blah. Anyone else interesting? What's Haaland thinking? Other than goals. He'd like to be the captain one day as well. That's good. Hopefully we can help him get there. What about Son? Is Son keen on it? Considering going into coaching, that's all we've got from him. Nothing else interesting there, really. I'm very interested to see how this team goes. I mean, he's excited about the team's chance in the Premier League. Well, I mean, let's see how we go. I'll skip ahead. Wait, that said 4th. Media prediction 4th, but if I go season preview, they're in 5th. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but that's fine. We've got some absolute mammoth talents to compete with. Have Man City signed anyone I want to know if these teams have signed anyone to replace the players that we've taken away from them. And so far, looks like no, because I mean, those are just the moves that they made in reality. Who'd they sell there for 46? Oh, Ferran Torres, that makes sense, I suppose. Other than that, nothing great, other than De Bruyne leaving. Has anyone... I suppose I only started the game today, so it's hard for them to have really done any business, I suppose. Anyway, let's skip ahead. I'm going to go through to the end of the calendar year. We'll see how Bournemouth are going. See if Scott Parker can get these boys firing. And see how we go in the league. Alright, here we are. It is the 31st of December. We are halfway through the season, or I guess a little bit over halfway. And it's not turning out too well. 20 games in, 31 points. They are sitting in 8th in the league. They've sacked Scott Parker, and it is Antonio Conte they have employed as manager at Bournemouth. How's everyone playing? I mean, some good average ratings. Bernd Leno's only played a few games, but he's been sensational. I mean, exactly who you'd suspect, I suppose. I mean, the sort of lesser tier players aren't playing too well, except for Neves. You'd expect him to play a bit better, wouldn't you? And then, I mean, players like Haaland and Son and De Bruyne and Conte are playing fantastic. I mean, that's just exactly what you'd expect, I suppose. Did they do any transfer business after? Doesn't look like it. No, there's not been any transfer business. But I suppose there could be in January, which is about to happen. Maybe I should have gone through to January. Who cares? Anyway, I mean, it's not turning out too well. I wonder what the issue is. I suppose it's going to be down to squad depth, isn't it? Like, we've brought in some bloke named Anthony Brown. Maybe I need to have... Should I have kept the youth squad? But then they're going to start playing some of them ahead of some of the players I pick, and it just doesn't work, does it? Let's have a look at how the results have happened. So, starting the season off, drew with Tottenham, goal from Mikkel Damsgaard, lost to Southampton, Haaland got on the score sheet, got through in the the League Cup rather, goals from Damsgaard and Rice. Damsgaard seems to be getting on there. 3-0 win over Aston Villa, a hat-trick to Erling Haaland, 3-0 over Brighton, 2 to Son, 1 to Vardy. I mean, you know, it's not horrid, and I mean, they are 8th, they are in with a shot of Europe. It's just not quite the 4th place media prediction, is it? And then they've gone on this horrid run. They've got to about the end of October. At this point, they were probably... Can we look? Let's look at... if we go to the English Premier League, here it is. I mean, they were up to at 4th after, match day, 8? They've then gone on that horrid run through, I guess, December, November, was it? Through November and December. At this point, they were in 4th here against Crystal Palace. They then lose to United, beat Burnley, so they probably stay around that level. Then they go 1 win out of their next 6 games. It's horrible, isn't it? They've drawn against Everton, lost to City, which I guess you can probably understand. They've lost to Chelsea. They've lost to Wolves. They've lost to Leeds. Oh, it doesn't look good, does it? This is probably then when Antonio Conte has come in and it's turned around. They're looking good. It might just be squad depth. Maybe I needed to do 11 spins. Oh, I don't know. We'll see how they go in the rest of the season. They may end up doing some transfer business. Who knows? Maybe we looked at it before, their finances being okay. Their finances, they're up to rich now. I don't know what's happened there, but they're up to rich. So, I mean, hopefully that means they'll maybe spend money and get some more depth. I don't know. That's up to the men at the top, and that is now Antonio Conte, which is a gigantic leap, isn't it? Has he changed the way that they're playing at all? He has gone to a 3 at the back, which I guess isn't ideal with the squad that we've built for him. But I mean, you know, you can probably... I mean, there's 5 capable of... No, 4 on the field, 1 on the bench, 1 in the reserves, capable of playing centre-back. So, I mean, maybe you can play a 3 at the back. It just seems like you're then maybe wasting some of what you have with like, people like Maddison and Maddison and Gray and Damsgaard. I mean, it sort of limits their opportunities, doesn't it? Oh, well, he's the man in charge. He's the man with the plan. Nobody's wanted, nobody's unhappy or anything like that. Halfway through the season, is anyone pissed off? What's happening? Still excited about their chance in the league, fair enough. Wants to be captain. Who is the captain? Declan Rice is the captain, okay. How's Declan Rice feeling about that at 22 years old? Still excited about the team's chance, fair enough. Son, doesn't really give a crap, to be honest. He is just there to drink milk and score goals, and he's all out of milk. Alright, let's skip through to the end of the season and we'll see how they get on. Were they still in the cup? They are in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, so that's positive. It's against Chelsea, which is a worry, but, you know, it's a positive season so far. I mean, want to be doing better in the league, but maybe the change in manager will fix that right up, and we'll see how they go in the second half of the season. I will skip all the way to the 22nd of May, see how they go on the last day of the season. Alright, here we are. It is the final day of the season, and how have our Bournemouth boys gone? They've finished at best 6th. It's a little disappointing. Manchester City look to have just about wrapped up the title. It is going down to the final day. If they lose, either Arsenal or Liverpool could win the title. Our Bournemouth side, still with Antonio Conte at the helm. Any of our players in the... No, after one season, none of our players... Nathan Ake's in there. Icons. That's a surprise. How are our players going? Looks like we're starting to see some movements. Demarai Gray was loaned out to Slovan Bratislava. Bunch of players. What's happened here? A bunch of players are available for the under-23s. Cornet is wanted by a few teams. Where's Bernd Leno? They've sold Bernd Leno and brought in a backup keeper who's... he looks about 13. It says he's 21, but I think he's 13. He's made one professional appearance in his career. He's rubbish, but they spent £50,000 on him. So not too bad at the end of the day. Why are they making players play in their under-23s? Can I look at... I can't look at how good they are because they're bloody... Here we go. We'll sort it by how much they're worth. I mean... it doesn't look great for them, really. Let's be completely honest. He did make his senior debut, though, Mr. Darryl Dean. None of these players are looking good so far. How have people played? Who has not played? James Maddison's only started 3 games. Ben Godfrey only 4. Man, they've really stuck to their guns, haven't they, with the sort of core players, I suppose. Emi Martinez is wanted by Real Madrid, which would be a disaster to sell him. Cornet wanted, a few teams. Looking at it, he can probably go. He has played a lot, though, to be fair to him, because he's probably playing the wide back role for Conte, isn't he? Yeah, he's playing the left wing back role. Again, it's still pretty surprising to see him sticking with the 3 at the back formation with the makeup of the squad. Like, if they had brought in, another centre back or so, and maybe, depth. Again, depth is the issue, really. But if they had brought in some other players, maybe you could see that they would want to do this. But having De Bruyne play as one of the 2 holding mids next to Conte is such a waste. Get Vardy off, put De Bruyne up there. Why not play? Ruben Neves is injured currently, and it was a twisted ankle. But you'd get him up there, or put bloody Reece James in midfield ahead of dropping De Bruyne back that far. Doesn't really make sense, does it? As for goals, it's Erling Haaland. It's the Erling Haaland show. It's his world. We're all living in it. He's been sensational for him, really. Very good in the FA Cup, very good in the Carabao Cup, which they were, last time we looked, they were at the semi-final stage. How'd they go? Not well, okay. And they made it to the 5th round of the FA Cup, losing to Manchester City. It is what it is, really. Oh, they're versing Arsenal on last day, who were in the fight for the title, so that's exciting. All in all, it's fairly disappointing season, I suppose. The second half of the season, not consistent at all through, March and April, and even into May now. After that initial spike from Antonio Conte coming in, it stays pretty good through January, other than the Carabao Cup. Then just not consistent. Even through, if you look at the league in February, it's 2 wins out of 3, but then a loss to West Ham, then 2 out of 4, draw and a loss, and then 1 win, 2 draws. It falls off a bit of a cliff. It's not exactly what we would have wanted. Maybe we need a bit more money. Maybe we needed a couple of transfer windows or so for Conte to really, put his stamp on the team and make the talent that's clearly there with, Haaland, De Bruyne, Neves, Conte, Reece James, these great players. Maybe he just needs a bit of time, maybe. We'll see. We'll go through to the final game of the season. Let's see how he lines up. Let's see how they go against the Arsenal. Final day of the season, what will happen? It is a pity that we're not really involved in the excitement for this final day. But, to have made Europe great step up, especially for a team that have just been legitimately thrown together at random. A club that isn't necessarily at this stage in their history built for success. That's a foul by Declan Rice. That's not good. Half a minute in. Odegaard with a free kick chance. He scored. Okay, that's great for Arsenal. They might move up into first with that, depending on how Manchester City's game is gone. But that's just a minute in. They've already taken the lead. Odegaard with a free kick just outside the box. He did that with ease, didn't he? Just going to keep the league table open in this top-hand corner. You can see City must be drawing still with whoever they've got on the final day, and the goal difference is keeping them on top. If Arsenal can put 8 past us, Haaland nearly gets another one. He is the top scorer in the league, Haaland, I saw. So, I mean, he would want to get a couple more in here. As a City fan, I'm watching with intent, honestly. Just want them to get through. Just want it to happen. Chance here for Bournemouth. De Bruyne on the edge of the box. Another free kick in this game. It's 1-1. Kevin De Bruyne gets it done. He's helping Manchester City win the title, it seems. Not in the same way he's used to, but he is helping Manchester City to the title on the final day. Once the table updates, there we go. City are actually winning their game now as well, so that would mean that we're going to win anyway. Bournemouth actually having the better of it this match, so, I mean, perhaps 6th is a little bit underwhelming if this is how they're able to perform against a team that results going their way would have won the league on the final day. Still in with the shot though, it's not over. It's half time, or just about half time. There is one highlight here unfolding in front of us. Martinelli is through and scoring. He has had a great 14 goals for Gabriel Martinelli. Is a great season this for the first season in Football Manager. I nearly said FIFA. Another highlight here. It is still weird to see. Oh, is Haaland going to score? He has. It is still weird to see Kevin De Bruyne as a holding midfielder alongside Conte, but I mean, it seems to somewhat work out for them anyway. They're up in 6th. Definitely need to, the squad definitely would have been shaped differently had I have known that Antonio Conte was going to be at the helm. It is hard to do a rounded out squad with only 20 players, so maybe for next time. Oh no, he's offside. It doesn't count, does it? Bugger for Bournemouth. Wait, no, it's counted. I'm confused. I'm very confused. I'm sure that said tight offside. In future, when we do this again... Oh, that's a penalty. Bloody hell. In the future, when we do this again, I'll probably do 11 spins, I suppose. So we get 22 players and I guess an extra spin for the team. But who really cares? Here's the penalty from Alex Lacazette. Oh, absolutely smashes it. No chance at all for Martinelli in goal. Arsenal on top again. But Manchester City still with the lead in their game. If we look at the latest scores here, City are up 2-0 against Southampton, so 3-0 it looked like it just changed to as well. So not going Arsenal's way, not really going Bournemouth's way either. Oh, clips the bar there, De Bruyne. But, I mean, finishing up in 6th for the Cherries. 6th, 7th, 6th, because Leeds aren't winning, it seems. Leeds, where are Leeds? Here they are. Yeah, they're losing to, I think that said Watford. They're losing to, so not exactly going their way either. But I mean, for the first time, we've done one of these attempted a wheel rebuild challenge. I mean, it's not gone badly. I've definitely. Oh, that's a finish! Bloody hell! Heung-min Son has absolutely rifled that one to the top corner. That could be a goal of the month contender. It's 3-3. We have absolutely witnessed a classic here. I mean, I wish I was involved. All I did was, make random decisions. Let me know what other ones you'd like me to do, because I mean, this was pretty interesting for me. I'm trying to, formulate a squad as I went through teams. It was interesting, and it's turned out pretty good. Coming 6th, I mean, it's disappointing given, we were predicted to do better than that. Oh, nearly a late winner there for Arsenal, but instead it's Vardy going the other way with it. Oh my goodness. What a game. This is nuts. Vardy IRL surely just smashes that one. That was ridiculous. Not sure I'd ever see Jamie Vardy try and square one when he's through on goal. Like Phil Foden should have. What an absolute gremlin. What a prick. Anyway, it's going to finish 3-3. City have won the league. Our Bournemouth boys have finished 6th. So there you have it. Our Bournemouth boys have qualified for the Europa League. They've finished in 6th. Not a great finish to the season. 1 win in 5 with 4 draws. I mean, it's not great. Leicester getting relegated is weird, but I suppose we did take away a couple of their best players. Look, it's a decent effort, I think, to have gone, taken this random group of players, thrown them together, seen what we could do, and we've ended up finishing 6th. It's not bad for a team of that stature with their facilities, the coach they had for the first half of the year. Look, I'm not mad at it. I'm not thrilled, I am, a little bit disappointed, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, I suppose. They've made Europe. It's a successful season when you really think about it, but can't help but feel a little bit disappointed. Anyway, guys, that'll wrap it up. This has gone way too long, probably. It's been way too long for me, anyway. I don't know how long the video's gone for, although I will, at this stage in editing it, I'll know, and you guys know before you... Anyway, make sure you leave us a like down below, subscribe if you're new, comment down below what you thought, who you would have picked, all those sorts of things, any other challenges or any other wheel rebuild type ideas you might have, let me know. And until next time, guys, when we go again, peace.